think it's perfectly normal in an Olympic year to think about the Olympic Games and also to focus on that. I think all the other years you can focus on World Cups, on World Championships, but to me it's the most natural and also the best thing to do in an Olympic year, to focus on the Olympic Games.
I think for me this year is I have to kind of be adaptable to what the season will bring, because we've only really qualified one place for the women in the UK. So I think I'm the younger girl, so probably the more unlikely one to go. So I'm dreaming of going to the Olympics and I'm trying to do everything I can, but I've got to be a bit adaptable because the chances of me going are slightly lower. So I'm just trying to be as strong as I can for every race. And if I go to the Olympics, then great. And if I don't, I'll be focusing on World Champs and the rest of the World Cup calendar. So yeah, I would love to go, but if I don't, there's lots of other races I can do this year.
For me personally, Olympics has always been the goal. I mean, this is the thing we think about for 4 years straight. So I prefer to think of the race. I prefer to think of the criteria to qualify and to dream of it. I think it's something that if you try to avoid, for me, I prefer to actually think about it because it's something that I enjoy thinking of. So it's good motivation.
As a mountain bike rider, I think you need a lot of different strengths and skills. You need good endurance, you need skills to descend. But to me, what is, I would say, my, maybe not superpower, but one of my strengths, I'm sure it's the mind. You need to be ready on race day and to be consistent throughout the whole season. You need to have a strong mindset, and yeah, I'm very happy with my mind, and I like it. I like to race.
I think, I'm not sure that's quite a hard one, but I'm quite determined, so I never give up. So I feel like that's quite a good one in a race situation, no matter what the conditions are, whether it's really cold or rain or snow. I feel like I'm quite determined and I can grit my teeth and like suffer through some of the harshest conditions maybe.
I would say my strong points in a race is strength over the longevity of a race. I'm an athlete that usually finishes very strong. I'm a very strong technical rider and a climber. So yeah, I mean, if I'm doing well by mid-race, then I'm going to finish with a good result most of the time.
The best advice I ever received was for sure to have fun on my bike. Every day, on every ride, to enjoy the nature, to take some friends, to make the most of it, and to really enjoy what you are doing, to not see it as a job, but to really have fun out there. And that's what I do every day. I just want to have fun on my bike.
The best advice I've received is to be happy on my bike and to just enjoy myself and have fun. I think my psychologist has been the main person that has told me to see my friends and do normal things as well as riding my bike, and it's made me become the happiest me possible, and I'm having fun, I'm riding my bike fast, and I've never been so happy. So I think that's the biggest advice I've received.
The best advice I've ever been given was from my dad, and it's something that my husband and I implement in our daily life, and that's to not have any limits or limitations. If ever there's an obstacle, you literally find a way to solve it or go around it or problem solve, because there shouldn't be any limits based on gender, age, race. It should just be possibility. Anything is possible, and if you want something, then to work really hard for it.
I love the new Trek Super Caliber. To me, it's the perfect bike. It's a dream bike. It's super well performing on the uphill. It's extremely light for a bike with dual suspension, and the performance in the downhills, it's outstanding. So when I first was on that bike, I immediately knew this is going to be my favorite bike, and for the 2020 season, I will race it in every single race.
The Super Caliber is my favorite bike. Like last season, as soon as it was released, I raced it in every race, and even through the winter, I've ridden maybe my Top Fuel once, just when it was super muddy, but I think 99% of my rides have been on that bike, and it's so fast. it's light, it's good suspension, it's got all the possibilities I could want in a bike in one machine. So I love it, and I'll be racing it every race this season, I think.
My feelings on the new Super Caliber are good so far, very good. I've raced it a few times in 2019, and you'll see me race it again in 2020. We're also racing a new hardtail as well. So I think it's very course dependent and based on my energy for that particular race.
If I wouldn't be a professional cyclist, I think maybe I would be on the other side of the camera. Maybe I would be a journalist.
I think for me, I had loads of plans if I wasn't a cyclist. I think I wanted to do a lot of traveling, maybe learn to surf, do a ski season, just loads of adventures. I love traveling the world, and I think I would love to still be in a sports team, and I love the adrenaline of sports, but again, traveling. So I think that's why I'm quite lucky that I can do it with my job, but probably something similar, but me being like a Swanee or someone else, a nutritionist from the outside.
If I wasn't a cyclist, I'd be like a sport newscast host. I love sport, I love and can appreciate what goes into athletic life and what it takes to be there. So I would really want to be the person interviewing the lifestyle part of sport. Yeah. Okay? Gracias.